Yay! Oké. Wat? Oké.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anyway.
Yes, Serena. Nou, de stream was weer echt 50 minuten lang levend of zo. En daarna flipte die weer. Professional streaming.
Yes.
I never said
All right,
that.
let's see what you have.
Amos. Or should I say Odstava? Since you asked, the high elf I mentioned was in solitude. Oké. Dan gaan we daar even langs en hopelijk is het 's nachts, zodat we kunnen sneaken. Scimitar, elke keer hoed. Equip. Ik denk dat de Ebony toch voor nu maar even hierin stopt. Op dit moment ben ik trouwens heel veel material aan het opsparen, zodat ik later gewoon superveel potions in één keer kan maken en zo. Op dit moment heb ik daar toch niet echt ruimte voor en dergelijke, dus. De stream faalde toen ik de Letter of Inheritance kreeg. Oh, wacht. Ik heb misschien wel een leuk idee voor de stream. Ik heb een treasure map gevonden en die kunnen we misschien met z'n allen even uitvogelen, tenzij jullie hem al weten.
Je broertje ligt op bed. Kan je even een beetje zachtjes doen, want ik hoor het helemaal aan, maar gewoon even zachtjes.
Ja.
Ja, je ligt in je bed weer, weet ik veel wat je aan het doen bent.
Nee, ik was aan het...
Do you need something? If you think it'll help.
Oké. Ik denk toch eerst even naar een merchant of zo. Maar ja.
Where'd you come from? I'll teach you.
Ik dacht even dat hij achter de courier aanging. I guess solitude dan? Wat is er, Mike? Dat zijn lyrics. Ik denk dat de stream nu ineens een stuk rustiger wordt aan mijn kant. Want hij was natuurlijk super losgeslagen, maar...
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Far you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
Get on with it!
You betrayed us!
Betrayed his High King. Best she know now, Advar.
Rogvir, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape.
I've read stories about the Solitude Windmill, and I didn't expect it to be
By
that
opening
big.
that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude. You doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Story. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords. On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Eh.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand it.
Me neither.
Some gate guard you were!
Oké, mensen gaan bewegen.
I think I expected more. I'm waiting.
You wouldn't be a sellsword, would you? I have a little problem you could solve.
If you're heading to the Blue Path, we should have drawn it out some more. He deserved a slower...
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm planning my wedding, you see. So many details to work out.
A traitor right up to the end.
I guess.
Brownspire Manor. Now there's a fine home. Up for sale, too. If you're interested, talk to the steward in the keep.
Bitch, I might be. Hij is niet heel snel, hè?
You should see me when you get bored, stranger.
Seems they're the finest weapons and armor.
I'll decide that. Sure.
Return anytime you need arms or armor.
Just your
My
money.
forge never rests.
Even kijken, jij zit de clothes shop. Het zal wel die nijerij daar zijn.
You can sell off that junk at bits and pieces.
New in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over to the Winking Skeever. You keep a fine inn.
Dit is wel genoeg, denk ik.
You know you can afford a septim or two. Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed. My working days are done. Spare some gold for a veteran?
If you're heading to the Blue Palace, you might want to rethink that outfit.
Maybe not.
A coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask.
Stop by Radiant Raiment.
Even kijken. Moet ik echt wachten totdat ze in slaap valt?
Why, hello. Here to buy? If you have to ask the price, you might be in the wrong store.
Ga nou een keer naar bed, man.
There's some gold for a veteran? Can you Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Dat is beter. Bijna vergeten. Ja. Oh, verkeerde kant op. Zoiets. Boom. Oh, door deze quest. Ik moet alleen nog High Blood Elf hebben. But that's illegal. Oh, perfect. Ik denk dat dat niet werkt dan zo. Oh wel. Waar moet ik een high elf vinden dan?
Staying safe, I hope.
Ja. Crappypasta tijd. Als die het nog doet. Als het internet nog steeds doet, dan wel ja. Sure. Ai, ai, ai. Crappypasta tijd. Ik kan wel even kijken of ik een verhaaltje heb. Een Crappypasta. Loan. Animal.exe.com. Duffat Ghost. Blooder Ridicular. Death Theory. Someone is spying on me. In Hiding. The Secret Garden. The Time Traveler. Toy Doll. Dead Car Dealership. Slenderman Strikes Again, The Blood Moon, Channel Future. Of The Spooky Story of the Spooky Man. Maar ja. Zeg het maar. Of was het niet uit, maar ik heb niet één naam onthouden. Oké, nou dan kies ik wel gewoon een willekeurige. Oké, deze heet Channel Future. Channel Future. Even kijken. Even kijken, deze is geschreven door Skyrim 90.000. That's pretty crappy. Onder de titel staat een foto van My 4K Smart TV. Dus, you know. Have you ever heard of a show called Sharing your future? Of course you haven't. I'm the only person unlucky enough to stumble across such a strange show. It all started with a simple sleepover with a couple of friends at my house. But it ended up turning into a nightmare. Don't try to help me. It's too late. I have to write this down before they break in and murder me. Farewell. We were watching my brand new Ultra 4K Smart TV on the couch in the living room when the lights started flashing on and off. It was a power outage, and judging by the sudden darkness, it was a big one. Since we couldn't watch TV until the power outage was fixed, they went down to the local supermarket to get us some refreshing ice-cold drinks. That's why I was surprised when I heard the TV suddenly turn on with a click. How the... I turned around and the TV was showing static, like when you try to watch a channel that had no signal. I stared at the TV, waiting for something else to happen, but nothing did, even after I waited for 5 whole minutes. A thought suddenly floated up from the depths of my mind. The remote, of course. The TV wasn't going to act on its own. I quickly grabbed it from the table and started to surf the channels. Some feeling in my gut told me to go to channel 0. I obeyed the feeling without thinking twice and pressed 0 on the remote. I got something all right. The channel was working perfectly, unlike all the other static channels. The show was called Sharing Your Future. It appeared to be some sort of talk show. There was a woman facing the TV. Upon seeing me, she said in a taunting voice, You, do you want to know your future? I thought it was some sort of game, so I replied, Yes, tell me my future. Upon hearing me, the woman grimed heavily. I was slightly creeped out by this, but I shrugged it off. The woman then said something disturbing. You will die a quick and painless death on October 5th, 2019 at exactly midnight. A picture of what appeared to be 3 gunmen kicking down the door to a house flashed on the screen. Enjoy the time you have left. The TV then overheated and shut itself off. My heart was beating rapidly at this point. I was dreading to check the date in case it was today. Once I gathered some courage, I quickly checked the date on my phone. I almost screamed in terror. Today was October 4th, 2019. That's when I realized I had forgotten to check the time. With all the hope I had left, I looked at the time. My heart had stopped. It was currently 11:59 p.m. En dat was hem. Oké. Eén comment daaronder van Brian Berta staat: What happened to the other people he was with? Are they going to die as well? Yeah, my god. Someone put so much effort into this. Yeah. Deze, het kon slechter. Het kon slechter, vind ik. Misschien is er nog wel een leuke. Oh, doet hij het? Oké. Even kijken. Oeh, deze is wel iets te lang. Misschien Toy Doll? Deze is wel wat langer, maar... Ja, ik kijk wel of deze wat is. Deze heet Toy Doll. En je ziet een foto van een schilkijkende pop in een tuin of zo. Ja. En daaronder staat dan her als beschrijving van de foto. Met een uitroepteken. Dus. I have always loved to play with dolls ever since I was a kid. Well, not anymore. After that horrible accident. I'm currently living in foster care since both of my parents are dead. Oh, ik weet niet of... ja, dat is best wel blunt. Okay. How did this happen? Well, you see, it all started when I bought this doll. ... My parents had given me enough money to buy another doll. I was so excited. I quickly ran down to the local toy store while thinking about which one I wanted. Unfortunately, I didn't see a doll that I already had. I had been buying from here since I was a kid. Of course, there would be nothing left to buy. I sadly headed for the exit. Okay. When I was almost out of the store, I had this feeling to look to my left. I obeyed the feeling and turned to my left. I stared in amazement. There was a single doll on the shelf. Its curly blonde hair was tied up in a bun. When we locked eyes, I felt something strange surge through me. I couldn't describe it. It was like the eyes saw into my very soul. This was the doll I wanted. I quickly paid for it and headed home. ... I woke up in the middle of the night. My eyes were still blurry and misty, so I wiped them with my hand. I got up to check on my parents when I noticed something odd. Was that my doll? I swear I had put her in the living room before going to bed. I stared at it in shock. Burn, villain. I jumped out of my freaking bed. Was I dreaming? Did my jaw just say something? Too late. I realized that the doll was holding a gas can and a lighter. Hey, what are you? I shouted. Don't try to escape, killer. You're all tied up. Tied up. ... I panicked. I tried to move. Yeah, this is fanfic. Both my arms and feet were linked to metal chains. No matter how much I struggled, I think he means. I couldn't move an inch, I think he means. The doll laughed heavily and continued pouring the gas all around my room. It then lit the lighter and held it over the gas. No, please, why are you doing this? I pleaded desperately. Because I was burned to death in school by a bunch of bullies, and now I must get my revenge. With these words, it dropped the lighter, and a fire roared to life like an inferno. Enjoy being burned, killer. I tired to reason with the doll, but it left the room. I ripped the chains as hard as I could, but they still wouldn't break. But they did rip, though, apparently. I heard my parents screaming for their lives from their bedroom. It sounded like they were about to die. The fire was now surrounding my room. Oh no, the roof was about to crack like an egg. Ja, Amos. Dat is trouwens inderdaad hoe desperately werd gespeld in dit verhaal. I was starting to feel feverish from inhaling all the toxic smoke. My mind was starting to slip from me, and black spots danced before my eyes. My last thought was that my parents had stopped screaming, as they were likely dead by now. Everything went black. ... En dan another ... Trouwens, het verhaal is bijna voorbij. Had die doll niet alles in de fik gezet in de kamer waar hij zat? Waarom zijn zijn ouders eerder dood dan hij? For the last time, please tell us the truth, demanded the detective. I had been telling them my story for the past 7 days. I woke up in a hospital where they brought me back to full health. Like a poke center. They told me that there had been a fire at my house, and both my parents didn't make it out. Once I was ready, they brought me straight to the police, deceives, who kept questioning me about the accident. They didn't know what to do, so they sent me a local foster care. They sent me a local foster care center, where I would be taken care of. We get an hour of computer time each day to have some fun. I must make this quick, we only have about 5 minutes left. So I'll end this with a warning. That doll is still out there, roaming the world, looking for more people to burn. Do not buy or play with a doll that has curly blonde hair tied up in a bun, or you might get severely burned, or worse, killed. Yep, this is real. So the 2 comments below, one of them by Jamie Dodgems is kinky, and by Cole Apple Patterson 231. I typed, I like how the girl doesn't realize she's chained up until the doll's telling her. Ja, dat klopt wel. Maar ja. Ja, inderdaad. Dus ze krijgt een hele foster care center. Dus ja, dat was, er waren 2 Crappypasta's. Oh. Is this real life? Is this just fantasy? No escape from reality. Is dat van een bepaalde creepypasta? I mean, probably. This description is accurate. Ik bedoel, ja. Ik bedoel, ik kan nog wel nog een verhaaltje doen, maar, you know. Ik weet niet of mensen er überhaupt zin in hebben. Ik kan ook een goede doen, maar... Ik weet dat ik een goede nachtig op het spel zet, maar do one more. One more? Een goede of een slechte? Of nou eerder creepy of crappy. Bad, obviously. Dan moet ik even eentje kiezen. Force you to read the old Cold Steel one, but you need the picture for context. Deze is iets te lang. Damn. De top 3 zijn allemaal best wel lang. Damn, ze zijn echt lang. What the hell? Nothing personnel kit. Oh, dat is de Cold Steel one. Nou ja, die heb ik inderdaad wel gezien, inderdaad. Deze is best wel kort. Wat dachten jullie van Water Saves the World? Dat is blijkbaar een crappy hedgehog. Killed Steel the hedgehog. Gotta go edge. Maar Water Saves the World? Klinkt dat wat? Water sounds nice. Do that. Oh, crap. Oké. Blijkbaar is dit een sequel van naar het verhaal Fire Rules the World. Die ik niet ga lezen. Ondertitels staat een foto van gewoon een drop of water en daaronder staat als description the drop of water. Dus dat is mooi. This is a sequel to Fire Rules the World. 20,000 years have passed since Earth was completely destroyed by the fire. The cities have all been burnt to a crisp, and all of humankind has been killed off. However, the fire failed to burn all the water, and there is still a tiny spot of water remaining. This is the story about how it grew, and eventually made a comeback. A tiny drop of water is all that's left of Earth's last hope. I was trying to think about how it would save the world. Then it thought of an idea and started breeding. It tried to splash itself on the ground in order to reproduce itself. To the water's surprise, it actually worked. Another drop of water formed out of the puddle made by the first drop. The first drop then told the second drop to do the same thing, and so the cycle began to repeat itself until 1,000 years later, the trillions of water drops joined together to make an entire ocean. They decided they were ready to attack the fire. As one, they broke the surface, only to find everything burning. The sky was a bloody shade of red. Oh, a bloody shade of red, due to all of the pollution from the smoke. They smashed into the fire on a massive tidal wave. Tidal wave, and the battle began. At first, the fire seemed unstoppable and both sides suffered heavy losses, but eventually, the fire started to lose its power, little by little. Little by tittle. ... John, you're going to be late for school. Get up right this instant. Yes, Mom, in a second. As John was walking to school, he stared at the puddle that has just formed overnight on the sidewalk. It's just water, he told himself, and kicked it. It's not like it did anything on its own. Oh, how wrong he was. ... And that's it. That's where it ends. So yeah, about 1,000 years ago, apparently a tidal wave fought fire after manipulating out of thin air. After I got a fucking timeout because I spammed the chat. I'm sorry, Amos. Maar ja, dat is hoe water is ontstaan. But how did fire rule the world? Dat is een ander verhaal. Dat is in deel 1. Fire rules the world. Prequel time? Dat zou kunnen, hij is niet zo lang. It's all explained in the less well-received prequel. Ze zijn allebei slecht received. Het andere verhaal heet Fire Rules the World. Onder de titel staat een foto, zoals elk ander verhaal tot nu toe, van... Nou, in principe van een soort magmabal, wat of de zon is, met zwarte vlekken erop, of de core of zo. Featuring Liam Neeson en knock-off Darth Maul. Met daaronder de tekst nog een keer, Fire has ruled the world. Nou, ik doe deze nog wel en dan is het voorbij voor vandaag, denk ik. This is a thrilling tale about how fire ruled the world. You are in your house cooking dinner when you accidentally knock over your stove. The fire then starts spreading rapidly all across your house. You get a bucket of water and try to put out the fire. Upon throwing the bucket of water into the fire, you trip and fall into it as well. You are lit ablaze. You try to scream. You then fall over. You have burned to death. So first he knocks over a stove, then he throws a bucket with water in it at the fire, then he trips, is lit on fire, then he trips again and dies. No. This is half of it. The fire continues to destroy your house. By the time the firemen arrive, the fire has already become an inferno. The fireman goes to grab equipment from their fire trucks, and then they all run into your house while spraying water in an attempt to neutralize the flames. The fire lights the sticks of dynamite in your basement, which causes a chain reaction. Your house then violently explodes without the slightest warning, killing all who are inside. The fire trucks then catch on fire. Upon all the firemen's arrival, all the fire trucks' engines violently explode. Killing everyone at the scene. The cycle repeats again and again until 10 years later. The fire has become unstoppable, now destroying anything in its path without mercy. The oceans dry up due to intense wave of heat. The people in space watch in shock as the whole Earth starts burning. They are met with a blinding explosion as the Earth splits into a million pieces. All life on Earth has met their demise. Fire has successfully ruled the world. I guess everyone just has their dynamite. Also, I guess the true winners of the story are the people in space. Yep. Want dat maar 10 jaar nodig om de hele wereld voor 10.000 jaar lang in de fik te steken. En maar 1000 jaar om het weer op te lossen. Deze getallen vind ik echt heel erg sappig. Ja, en natuurlijk dat iedereen wel heel groot moet zijn als hij per ongeluk zijn hele oven omgooit. En daarna 2 keer struikelt in het vuur. Ja. Ik geloof dat er niet eens comments zijn hierop. Oh ja, wel. 2. Best action pasta ever. En daarna wordt er op gereplied. Yes, indeed. This writer has got potential. Ja. Ik zit nog steeds te wachten op een creepypasta geschreven door Mike, maar... You know. Maar ik denk dat het voor vandaag wel oké is. Ik denk dat we wel oké kunnen zijn met wat we vandaag hebben opgelezen. Wat we hebben gedaan in Skyrim. En nou ja, morgen is het weer gewoon een werkdag voor de meesten. Dus... wil iemand nog afsluiten in de chat? Wil iemand nog... Oh. So in the state of Minnesota, a giant knocks over his entire stove, setting off everyone's house dynamite, setting the world ablaze. Then water. 10 out of 10. Pretty much. Maar ja, geef me maar een afsluiter. Oh, het cut off. Ja, is goed. Sleep je muisje maar naar de rechterbovenhoek. Then water asexually reproduces to form a tidal wave to save the planet. 18 out of 8 would Captain Planet again. Doei doei. Hey. Bedankt voor het kijken, iedereen. Ik had op 1 punt had ik ineens 5 mensen die keken. Dat is wel een lekker getal. Voor mij in ieder geval. Slaap lekker iedereen. En remember, the tidal wave has cometh. But it might all happen again. Remember not to knock over your stove. That if your TV goes on static, not to go on channel 0. And not to buy a toy that secretly ties you up and sets your house on fire, except your direct vicinity. Just everything around you. Dus ja, stik erin mijn jongens. En thanks voor het kijken.